approaching the Gerdau plant in Fort Smith, Arkansas. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that this is a route that I frequented a lot. But I think this is the turn in here. It says scrap delivery and slag pickup. So maybe I'm slag pickup. I'm not sure. Oh, this truck's letting me go. Okay, so not sure how this works here. Never been in this side. Got to get my hard hat on. Let's see what it says here. Oh, hard hat. Chest. In action. Huh. All right. Well. I guess this is the check-in building. It says stop, proceed when scales are cleared. Well, the scales are cleared. So I guess I can go on up. All right, let me check in. I'll see what's going on. Okay, well, I don't know what I weighed. I went around there and the guy gave me a piece of paperwork, just a blank form. Told me to come on down here. I'd see a building and a loader would probably come tell me whatever I need. He said something about this is for Phoenix. So I don't know what all that means. He gave me this like 2 or 3 part form here that says Phoenix Services. Oh, let me get my seatbelt. Okay. You know, I've passed by this road many times going over to the Fort Smith Maverick yard. I always wondered what was back here. Speed limit 12. I'm going 11. Well, let's see what's happening back here. Oakley sitting there blocking the traffic. Alright. Speed limit 5 now. Okay, so here's a stop sign and the building over here to the left says Phoenix Services. Alright. Slag pickup. So I guess I'm gonna go to the left. But I'm gonna Phoenix Services. Alright, let me see what I'm supposed to be doing here. Okay. So, took me about 5 minutes to had to go into that building right there, you see. Check in, nice lady in there. Kind of filled in my paperwork with what I needed and told me to turn up this way and just kind of go straight up here. See, there's another Oakley truck there now. I really don't know what mill scale is. We're about to find out. But I don't have my tarp or any bows out yet, so I need to do that now. I'm gonna ask this fella up here if he's been here before, see if he knows what he's doing. All right, guys, I wanted to show you real quick. I've got the tarp rolled off, and I've got all but my front two and back two bows removed, folded back. So just wanted to show you how that looks inside of the trailer while it's empty. Oh, I'll tell you, they could have made that man door a little bigger. So the Oakley in front of me is getting his second scoop. He's got a tandem axle, so he's loading more in the middle. But I'm gonna tell my guy I want to be front of middle and rear of middle. So, gosh, it's getting windy too. Now that that rainstorm has gone by, it's blowing in the cold air. So he's getting out to check his gauges, it looks like. All right, I'll try to show you some more in a minute. Okay, guys, so he's just dumped one bucket in. This is bucket number 2. So he's done one kind of front of center, and now he's doing one kind of back of center. And then he said he'll kind of finish off in the middle. So that's pretty good. So right now we're at about 30 on the rear, and we're about 27 on the front. Okay, that was a good loader. He let me move my truck a couple of times forward or backward as he was dumping that final bucket so I could get my weights right. And I'm just under 34,000 on the back and the front, so look good, look good. Now, I guess we're going out this way. I think I'll wait and get out on the straightaway I'm going to show y'all the inside of the trailer now. It's really not that much of a load. I mean, it's heavy, but I was kind of surprised at how little product it was in there. So I'm going to wait till I get out to the main road to put my bows and my tarp back on. So we're just kind of looping around to where we started. I think we caught them on lunch break because we had to wait about half an hour for him to come out here. But once he got here, you know, it's a quick load. I like that about this dry bulk. So there's the office where I checked in. There's the back side of the Gerdau plant where I've made some deliveries before as a Maverick driver. Some of that bagged super sack stuff. And on the other side of the road over there is where I picked up bar all the time. Okay, so the street sweeper here. I think I'm gonna go on by him. He probably won't mind. Excuse me. Thank you, my friend. Alright, speed limit's 12. Okay, so, alright, I'm just gonna get back out here closer to the scale and then I'll finish up my tarping. Alright, real quick before I go scale out, let me give you a peek of this load. Get my bows put up. See, it's not that much of a load, but he's got it nice and centered. It was a good load. You don't want it over too far to either side because then it could tump the trailer over, right? When it gets high up in the air. So that's what we're hauling. Let me get my bows put up. All right, folks. I'm entering into my customer here, Ash Grove Cement in Foreman, Arkansas. Okay, you got lots of signs here I gotta check out. Okay. So I've been told they got one scale. I guess I gotta make a left turn here. Raw material unloading. I think that's me. Yeah. Boy, it's a big place. Alright, so I think this is how it works. Drop off back there for sure. Oh, the sun is blinding me. I can't see. Alright, so I'm supposed to go into this little booth, as I understand it, and check in. It's kind of a kiosk automated thing. So let me see if I can do that. All right, folks. Hey, it's Friday morning. I just arrived here in North Little Rock at my shipper, Alltech, picking up a product called Twitch. Supposedly it is like small recycled pieces of maybe aluminum or something. I'm not sure about that. But she told me to come around to this. I've already scaled in, checked in, and she told me to come around to this second stop sign and wait for a loader. So that's what I'm doing. I'll get out and take my tarp off. I've been told I don't have to remove any bows. So I'm just gonna roll my tarp off. I'll try to show you some if I can. Okay, so this fella here in the big front loader just stopped and told me to follow him. Isn't it amazing all the different products that get shipped around the country? Doing this end dump, you can see I'm more involved in the raw material side of things, whereas when I was flatbedding with Maverick, you know, we were doing coils and steel beams and stuff. So I guess he wants me to line up kind of with him here. He said, that's good, I'll get back to you. Okay guys, so I'm in the process of getting loaded. He's already put 2 scoops, kind of back of center. Here comes the 3rd scoop. This guy said I ain't got to worry about being over axle with him loading because he knows what he's doing. So after he dumps this, we'll take a peek inside and see what it looks like. Stuff probably going to be pretty full because this stuff is probably pretty light material. So let's take a peek in there. He's already put 3 loads on. Woo, let the dust settle. So I assume now he's going to start on the front. Just little pieces of recycled metal. Alright. Let me hop down here. My rears are only at about 25,000. The front is still at 14,000, so got a lot to go. I told him, you know, we're trying to get to around 23 tons, so that should be fine. I weighed, let's see, when I weighed in, my empty weight was, let me see, I wrote it down here, 31,520. And that's with about half a tank of fuel. All right, so here he comes with one more dump. Yeah, he's starting on the front section now. All right. So that's how it works. All right, more later. Okay, guys. Hey, I just wanted to do a recap. You know, I've been out with Oakley now for 2 weeks. 1 week of training with Robert, including this past Monday, and then this second week pretty much on my own. So I just got my first settlement pay Friday. Today is Sunday, so 2 days ago got my first pay from Oakley. So let's review that. So the way it works at Oakley is, you know, because we're independent operators, we're not employee drivers, so they credit us with all of our revenue we produced and then deduct out expenses like fuel and permit fees and things like that. So let's try to cover that quickly without going into too much detail. So for week 1, I ended up with a total miles driven of 2,539, 2,539. 2,112 were loaded and 427 were empty. And I'm currently getting, as an end dump driver, I get $2.62 per loaded mile and $2.17 for empty miles. So that produced for me a gross pay of $6,497. And after taking out, you know, fuel expenses and, you know, like occupational accident insurance, base plate fees, geotab rental, $175 that goes into our escrow account for trailer damage if there's any, you know, liability insurance, my pre-pass for way stations and tolling and all. My net bring home was $4,075. $4,075. So so that was a pretty good week. That's pretty good based on what I had been told before I came to Oakley. You know, 4,000 a week is kind of what I was shooting for as a normal, you know, week. So I'm glad to see that that's how it turned out. Now this next week won't be that much because, you know, I didn't leave out until Monday at probably 9 a.m. because I had to go cover some things in the office. And then I got home Friday before lunchtime. So, you know, it won't be as much this week, but I'm glad it worked out that way, excuse me, because I did get home early on Friday. I was able to set it up and get my truck to the Thermo King dealership here in North Little Rock, and they were able to get that missing heat unit installed in my truck. You know, we've talked a lot about that. I've had a lot of comments from you guys about the heating, because that's been a worry of mine, really. You know, last week, the last couple of weeks have not been real cold, so it wasn't a huge deal. But it's pretty cold now, and this coming week, it's going to get real cold. So I'm glad I got that fixed. And I want to say, you know, give a shout out to the guys up at Arrow Truck Sales out of Springfield, Missouri, where I bought my truck. You know, I had to talk to them about that 2 or 3 times, but they came through and they paid for that to be installed. You know, and it was like a $1,300 bill. So they covered that. So thank you to the guys, Nick and Keith up at Arrow Truck Sales in Springfield, Missouri. I appreciate y'all getting that done for me. Okay, what else do I need to talk about here? Yeah, I guess that's enough on that. But, you know, for you guys that are new to this or you're curious, this is different than the way it worked at Maverick. You know, at Maverick, we were all, or at least most of us, were company drivers. You know, we got paid the same rate. Like when I left, I was making, I think, 68 cents a mile, maybe 68.5 cents a mile for all miles, loaded or empty. And we were employee drivers, you know, so, you know, I might gross 1,600 to, I don't know, 2,100 per week as an employee driver. And then they would take out, you know, for whatever insurance, the taxes, you know, they handled all that. And I would net, you know, anywhere from, I don't know, 1,200 to 1,800, you know, it just depends. But this is different, you know, I'm an owner operator, so I'm still going to be responsible for, you know, after this net amount of $4 grand roughly, you know, I'm still responsible for truck maintenance. You know, I've got to save money for truck maintenance, which is going to happen. I've got to pay my own taxes. I don't get insurance, health insurance anymore. Luckily, I was able to get onto my wife's plan. She has good insurance, and I just got added onto her insurance. Yeah, I actually have better insurance than I've had in probably 15 years. So I'm looking forward to that, actually. So, you know, this is going to be different. This is where a lot of people, I think, mess up when they become owner-operators. So you can watch this and we'll see how I do. But, you know, you start making a lot of money, you know, you bring home $4 grand a week. And if you don't plan for paying your taxes and put away money for vehicle maintenance and upkeep, then you get yourself in a pickle real fast. And I think that's, from what I heard, that's where a lot of guys make their mistakes. You know, they don't plan and save money for things down the road. Plus, you know, my truck, when I bought it, it had like 436,000 miles on it. So, you know, I'm gonna plan on maybe keeping it for a couple of years. We'll see how it goes, and then maybe trade it in and get something different. We'll see how that goes. That's just a rough idea. And I've got to make my truck payment. You know, I'll go into that more as we go along, you know, and buying the truck and what all that was like. But for now, you know, I just, as I did with my Maverick videos, I want to get into the routine of showing the weekly income and covering that with you, so you can see the differences and what kind of money we're producing. Oh, let's see, what else? I guess that's it, really. I wanted to cover the money and mention that I got my heater all fixed, so that's all good. So I'll leave it at that, guys. Today is Sunday morning, and I'm gonna leave out pretty early in the morning Monday, because the load I have now delivers. I have a 9:30 a.m. appointment in Jackson, Tennessee, which from here is probably, depending on traffic, 3 to 4 hours. So, you know, I'm probably going to try to leave the Oakley yard by 5-ish, 5:30 at the latest, you know, because I got to go through Memphis, and that'll be during the rough part of the morning. So don't want to cut it too close. So anyway, all right, that's a wrap up of this week. More down the road.